I recently had the opportunity to sit down and talk with ordained Buddhist nun Gesshin Greenwood about her book, Just Enough, Vegan Recipes and Stories from Japan's Buddhist Temples. I hope that you'll enjoy the interview. Your book is called Just Enough, Vegan Recipes and Stories from Japan's Buddhist Temples. Can you speak a little bit about what you mean by just enough?
Yeah. So this book is about balance and moderation. It's a cookbook, but it's also about how to live a balanced life. And so I see balance as, which is really just like finding appropriate quantities of things as sort of the element that is consistent with both good cooking and living a fulfilling ethical life. So, for example, salt is such an important part of a meal and making a meal taste good. So if you have not enough salt, it's going to be boring and not taste like anything. If you have too much salt, it's going to be overwhelming. And so this book has a lot of recipes, and they are classical recipes with different cups and measurements, but I hope that people in reading this book and reading about my life and sort of the journey I've been on to find a life that makes sense to me, that people will come to a better understanding on their own of like, how do I make something that's balanced? Like, how do I make something that's good, whether it's a dish or a relationship or a job? So it starts with food, and food is really what it's about, but it's in the context of life, and it's using life as like a lesson for how to be a better cook and vice versa.
Beautiful. And the book is many things, but first and foremost, it's a cookbook for vegan and vegetarian Japanese food. Mm-hmm. What is it about the art and practice of Japanese cuisine that you connect so deeply with?
Many, a big majority, not all, but many Japanese cooks their standards are just so high. I had one bad meal in Japan, going out to restaurants. Like, everything is so good and people take so much care in the preparation. And so that was actually what I learned there too, is just like how to be really good at chopping and being really meticulous. So those are skills that I've taken with me, along with the taste. I just think it tastes good. It's just yummy. There's soy sauce, there's salt, there's sugar, and it all works it's this beautiful like symphony of taste. I think a good Japanese meal has, I talk about this in the book, there's these 5 main tastes, salty, sour, sweet, spicy, umami. And so when they all work in conjunction with one another, it's not like eating a hamburger where you're just like overwhelmed with a sensation of fat, and which is, can be delicious, but it's not like, oh, I'm just like getting this huge download of taste and then I'm done. It's like, no, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, and your taste buds kind of get like excited in this way that you don't get with a different kind of cuisine.
And do you have a favorite recipe from the book that you could share with us?
Yes, I think the marinated eggplant.
Mm-hmm.
It's this eggplant where you take the eggplant and then you cut it, crisscross it, and then you deep fry it, and then you dunk it in a broth. And I think this kind of recipe is done all over the world. Like, so many cultures have a marinated eggplant dish. Like, the Italians have one. I'm sure there's one in South America. But I really love this like Japanese version of it. It's also like kind of sweet, which I like a lot. I also really love, there's a summer noodle dish. It's cold noodles with cucumber, and there's mushrooms, and there's like a broth. I really love that too. I think a lot of times, like, ramen is really popular in the US, has been for a while. People are just discovering udon, but I think cold noodles is like sort of yet to get here. And I love cold noodles so much, especially in the summer. To have, and then like there are vegetables in it, and it's just really yummy.
Mm. And what do you most hope that readers will take away from your book, Just Enough?
I think there's 2 things, actually. It is a cookbook, a vegan cookbook, and I was wanting to write it because I saw that there were no good Japanese vegan cookbooks in English, or if they were like published 20 years ago on like a tiny press and like nobody can access them. So I just have this passion for Japanese food, and this particular kind of Japanese is very traditional, and it's kind of dying out, and it hasn't made it here in the same way that like ramen or like sushi has. So I was just really passionate about like sharing this kind of food. I think it's super delicious and healthy and great. So there's that. I also, the broader like philosophical parts of the book, it's about this time in my life where I was trying to reintegrate into society. I was like in this weird middle place between nun and layperson, and trying to like, just balance all those contradictions in myself. And I think I've come to a place where I'm happy with my life, and I hope the book is like a testament to that struggle and process. And I would like to, I want to inspire people to live the life that they want to live. Not in the sense of like follow your bliss and just like do whatever you want, but like you can make it work. Like life's hard, and like this culture and this time is hard. But like there are the ingredients, they're there, and there are some skills, and that's part of the book too. Like, what are the skills that you need to like live a life that's joyful and real?